They say a picture is worth 1,000 words and can be worth even more when it comes to extinct dog breeds. Imagine seeing a glimpse of a long-gone creature that once roamed the earth alongside humans. In today's video, we have collected 20 never-before-seen photos of extinct dog breeds which are truly remarkable. Join us as we explore these rare pictures and delve into the stories behind each of these fascinating breeds. Get ready to be amazed at what you'll discover. Number 1. White English Terrier. Originally bred in England in the 1700s, the English White Terrier was an attempt to create a winning show dog. This breed weighed around 14 pounds or less and had a thin, tall body with white, thin coats. While some had straight ears, the classic look for this dog had cropped ears that formed a triangle on top of their head. The English White Terrier was known for being loyal and loving toward its family, with a relaxed personality compared to other terrier breeds. They had a gentle side but were still eager to kill small rodents. Many owners found them hard to train due to their lack of intelligence, though this may have been because some were often deaf. However, the English White Terrier was unpopular and tended to have genetically related illnesses, leading to its extinction. However, it was crossbred with the English Bulldog and gave rise to the Bull Terrier and Boston Terrier. Number 2. Koori Dog. This extinct breed was originally from Polynesia, but made its way to New Zealand, where it became an essential part of the indigenous Maori culture. Not only were these dogs kept as pets, but they were also raised for their fur and leather. They were even used for hunting birds and were considered a delicacy. British explorer James Cook even claimed Koori meat was as tasty as lamb. But the Koori dog wasn't just useful for its fur and meat. The Maori people also used the dog's fur for clothing and decorations. And like many dogs, the Koori bonded quickly with its human family and was known for its affectionate personality. Unfortunately, the Koori dog was unable to survive European colonization. European dog breeds took over, and the Koori dog eventually went extinct. Number 3. Bullenbeißer. The Bullenbeißer dates back to 370 AD when it was first mentioned during the migration of the Assyrians from Asia to Europe. This large hunting and fighting dog was native to Germany and was common throughout the Holy Roman Empire. The Germans even created the popular breed by mixing their mastiffs with the Irish wolfhound, eventually leading to the creation of the Bullenbeißer. Originally known as the German Mastiff, the Bullenbeißer was a guard dog during the war. However, over time they were bred with other athletic breeds to become hunting dogs, swift enough to pursue prey and robust enough to prevail in battle. There were 2 varieties of the Bullenbeißer, a small one and a larger one, with thin, tall ears and prominent muscled cheeks. The Danziger, a bigger version, was developed for military usage, livestock management, hunting, and personal defense, while the more petite type was called Brabanter. The Bullenbeißer had thin, muscular legs that made them prone to hip dysplasia and thyroid disease, similar to other bully breeds. The breed was an ancestor to the modern-day boxer. Breeds descended from the Bullenbeißer include the Great Dane, Rhodesian Ridgeback, and the Boerboel, while modern dogs similar to the Bullenbeißer include the Dogo Argentino and the Spanish Bulldog. Number 4. Moscow Water Dog. The Moscow Water Dog may not have survived long enough to become a household name, but its story is fascinating. Bred by the Soviet Union to create the ultimate water rescue dog, this breed was a cross between the Newfoundland, East European Shepherd, and Caucasian Shepherd. The idea was to combine the best traits of each breed to create a super-swimming water rescue pup. The result was a fluffy, double-coated dog with the gentle nature of the Newfoundland and the Eastern European and Caucasian Shepherd's strong work ethic, strength, and fearlessness. However, the Moscow Water Dog proved to have some unexpected aggressive tendencies, making them more likely to bite drowning victims than rescue them. Consequently, the breed never met its intended purpose and went extinct in the 1980s. While details about the physical attributes of the Moscow Water Dog are unclear, it's estimated that they were giant dogs weighing between 110 and 140 pounds, standing at 26 to 30 inches tall when fully grown. Their thick, fluffy double coat was perfect for cold water and inclement weather, but required frequent grooming. As for their color, brown or black was likely the dominant coat color, but sable, white, and gray coat combinations were also possible. Number 5. Dalbo Dog. This massive breed was once a mighty protector of livestock in Sweden. Standing at a staggering 80 centimeters, the Dalbo dog was larger than a Saint Bernard. With its thick coat of fur, it was ideally suited for the chilly Swedish winters. Unfortunately, the Dalbo dog became extinct due to decreased livestock predation, famine, and the high cost of owning such a large dog. But let's focus on the positive traits of this remarkable breed. Dalbo dogs had a bold and protective temperament, making them excellent guard dogs. Thanks to their herding cattle and livestock history, they were also gentle with other animals, and their courage knew no bounds. They were known to fight wolves and brown bears to protect humans and even retrieve lost children in the deep forests of Sweden. Number 6. Molossus. The Molossus breed has been shrouded in mystery since its inception in ancient Greece. With no clear record of its origin, there have been many speculations about where this breed came from. However, one thing is certain. This breed was bred for war and was the most powerful species of its time. Belonging to the Molossi tribe of Epirus, the Molossus dog was known to be a fierce war dog and was used extensively in wars during the ancient era. Its loyalty was unquestionable, and it was trained to fight to the death. They were also used as guard dogs and hunting dogs, which made them an all-around breed for the people of that time. Although the appearance of the Molossus breed is mainly unclear, it is believed that they were a large and muscular breed with thick legs and a broad chest. However, some believe they were more of a sighthound type with straight, tall legs and long ears. Regardless of their appearance, this breed was known to be fierce and ferocious when protecting their owner. Number 7. Turnspit dog, S13, S14. Dogs have always been man's best friend, but during the 16th century in Wales, England, they were more than just companions. The turnspit dog, also known as the spit dog, was a small and stocky breed with short legs that found a unique role in the kitchen. Their job? To turn the wooden wheel on the roasting spit in the hearth. This invention revolutionized open-fire roasting because, prior to the invention of the automated roasting spit, the wooden cooking wheel had to be continuously turned by hand to ensure that the meat was roasted properly. The turnspit dog's breeding continued for centuries. They even went to the United States. Their working circumstances, however, could have been better because many had to spend hours running right next to the sizzling spit roast without access to water. Cooks even tossed hot embers onto the wooden wheel to animate their feet. The turnspit dog's role in the kitchen expanded beyond just roasting meat. In addition to grinding grain and churning butter, they were also employed for pumping water and pressing fruits. However, with the invention of spit-powered machines called clock jacks, turnspits became unnecessary, leading to their extinction by 1900. Number 8. Fuegian dog. While it might seem bizarre to domesticate a fox, the Yagan people who lived in the southernmost parts of South America did just that. The Fuegian dog was one of the very few domesticated canids that weren't dogs or domesticated red foxes. This cute and ferocious little creature had erect ears, a sharp snout, and a thick tail. The Fuegian dogs had tawny-colored or entirely white fur and were about the same size as the wild Culpa fox, which weighs between 5 to 13.5 kilograms. The gauchos called them maned dogs because they resembled the maned wolf. They might have looked odd, but they were still pretty adorable. Although these dogs were domesticated, they were not entirely loyal to their owners. Julius Popper, who explored the region, noted that the Fuegian dogs didn't defend their masters when they were in danger. They might not have helped hunt guanacos, but they could hunt otters. They also had a useful habit of gathering around their owners to keep them warm, which must have been particularly helpful during the cold winters. Sadly, the Fuegian dog went extinct due to their aggressive behavior. They were dangerous to men and their cattle, as Thomas Bridges discovered when they attacked his mission's goats. When Martin Gusinde, a Silesian missionary, visited the Yagan people in 1919, their dogs were gone. Number 9. Dogo Cubano. This dog breed may be one of the most mysterious ones out there. With its controversial past, there is no denying that the Dogo Cubano, or Cuban Mastiff, has a fascinating history. Despite being bred initially for hunting down escaped slaves, the Dogo Cubano soon became a famous sport dog in Spain and England for dogfighting, war, and guard duties. The breed's origins have been widely debated, with theories ranging from Egyptian war dogs to pre-Roman Celts in Britain, but it is most commonly believed that they are related to the ancient Molossus war dogs in Greek and Roman armies. The Dogo Cubano was massive, with an average weight of 136.5 kilograms, making it one of the heaviest dogs in history. Its appearance resembled a mastiff or bulldog, with a short snout, broad skull, pendant lips, and medium-sized hanging ears. These dogs had straight backs and legs, and each dog's tail was different. Despite their past, the Dogo Cubano was loyal to its owners and highly trainable. They were known for being aggressive towards other animals and were often used in dogfighting due to their strength and musculature. They were also used to attack slaves as a form of punishment, which is a sad part of their history. Eventually, the popularity of the Dogo Cubano waned, and the breed faded out of existence. Number 10, Braque du Puy. If you're a dog lover, you've probably heard of pointers, but have you ever heard of the Braque du Puy? This breed hails from the Poitou region of France and is believed to be extinct, but its fascinating history remains. Its unique origins set the Braque du Puy apart from other pointer breeds. While some believe it was created by a breeder named Dupuy from Braque Français dogs from the kennels of the Marquis of Rochelambert, others believe that a gamekeeper named Dupuy at the Abbey of Argensois preserved an old breed from extinction during the French Revolution. And there are even more tales about its genesis. Regardless of its origins, the Braque du Puy was a special breed. It had a long, slender head and a racy appearance reminiscent of a sighthound. It was also the tallest of the French Baroque breeds, standing at an impressive 26 to 27 inches. The breed was predominantly white with dark brown markings and had an undocked tail. Unfortunately, the Braque du Puy was not well known outside of France and was always rare within the country. Today, it is generally believed to be extinct, but there are claims to the contrary. Number 11, Hare Indian Dog. This adorable yet mysterious breed of dog is native to northern Canada and was used by the Hare Indian tribe for hunting games and as sled dogs. However, the origin of this dog remains unclear, and multiple theories exist regarding their breeding. Some speculate that the Hare Indian dog was a wild descendant of the coyote due to their pack-like behavior and howl resembling a wild coyote. Others believe they were domesticated due to their friendly and loyal nature towards humans. Another theory suggests that the breed was related to the Viking dogs and was brought to northern Canada over 2,000 years ago. Despite the mystery surrounding their origin, the Hare Indian dog was known for their slender build, small head, and thick-skinned ears that stood straight up. They also had long, thick coats to survive the freezing temperatures and were friendly towards humans. Unfortunately, with the introduction of guns, the Hare Indian dog's usefulness as a hunting and sled dog decreased, leading to interbreeding with Newfoundlands and Eskimo dogs. Number 12, Salish Wool Dog. The Coast Salish people in North America had a problem. They needed wool but didn't have access to sheep or goats. So they bred a pooch with long, white, fluffy fur. These pooches were called the Salish Wool Dogs. They produced blankets and other necessities out of their fur. Salish wool dogs were shorn every year, and their long, white or light brown hair, which was more dye-acceptant in these lighter shades and readily spun into fine strands, was ideal for yarn. Mountain goats, another traditional Salish source of wool, were augmented by their wool. British Royal Navy Captain George Vancouver was in awe when he first met the Salish wool dogs. According to what he noted in his notebook, they were all sheared as close to the skin as sheep are in England, and their fleeces were so dense that big chunks could be picked up by a corner without creating any separation. The Salish people raised these small dogs in pens and isolated them on islands, separating them from the community's other dogs to maintain the quality of their valued fleece. Sadly, the last known Salish wool dog died in 1940, and the practice of keeping them separate from village dogs declined in the mid-19th century, with the introduction of sheep wool blankets by the Hudson Bay Company. Number 13, Tall Tan Bear Dog. Standing only 17 inches high at the shoulder, the Tall Tan Bear Dog was lightweight but fierce. Its small size was advantageous, allowing it to prance on top of deep snow while bears became stuck. It was the perfect hunting partner for indigenous peoples living in northwestern British Columbia who used it primarily for bear hunting. Although the breed was named after the Tahltan Nation, it was also common among other First Nations in the region, including the Tlingit, Tagish, Kaska, and Sakani. The Tahltan people called the dog "our dog," which gave the breed its name. According to Tahltan oral history, the Tahltan bear dog was created by magic to protect indigenous peoples living in northwestern British Columbia. Legends describe its bravery, agility, intelligence, and tenacity, making it an excellent hunting dog. Sadly, the Tahltan bear dog became extinct in the 1970s or 80s due to various factors such as modern firearms, illnesses, and neglect in breeding. However, it left behind a legacy that will never be forgotten. The breed was usually black and white, with pricked-up ears, a pointed snout, and a short, upright tail that looked like a shaving brush. It wore a bulky, mid-length coat with a larger ruff around the neck. It measured 30 to 40.5 centimeters and weighed 4.5 to 8 kilograms, about the size of a fox terrier. Number 14, Norfolk Spaniel. This charming and loyal breed was one of the first spaniels to ever reside in the British Isles. While their origin is a bit of a mystery, it is believed that they were created by crossing different spaniels with the black and tan terrier in the 18th century. The Norfolk Spaniel was named after the kennels owned by the Duke of Norfolk, where they were bred. In fact, the breed played a crucial role in creating the modern English Springer Spaniel. However, the breed became extinct in the early 20th century due to insufficient preservation efforts. These dogs had outstanding personalities and temperaments. They were fiercely loyal and loving to their owners, but could also be stubborn and sometimes independent. Unfortunately, their stubbornness sometimes led to disobedience and aggression. Number 15, Hall's Heeler. This breed was developed by Thomas Hall in Australia to drive cattle across the outback to Sydney. He needed a tough, hard-working dog to withstand the harsh climate and rough terrain. To create Hall's Heeler, Hall began by importing collies from England and crossed them with tamed dingoes. This mix increased the dog's stamina and working abilities. It's believed that Hall also used another developing strain of cattle dog, the Timmins Biter, which he either influenced or was influenced by. By the 1840s, the Hall's Heeler was breeding true, but Hall rarely allowed outsiders to obtain his dogs. It wasn't until his death in 1870 that the line was dispersed, and the transformation from Hall's Heeler to the modern Australian cattle dog began. The Hall's Heeler was the direct ancestor to the Australian cattle dog, although other breeds were used in its development. This fantastic breed is still hard-working and loyal to this day, and it's no wonder they are so highly prized as working dogs. Number 16, Chien Gris. Beloved by King Louis and French nobility, the Chien Gris was a scent hound with a wiry coat, large stature, and well-rounded hunting instincts. Despite their lack of a strong sense of smell, these dogs relentlessly pursued prey. However, as hunting declined after the French Revolution, the breed became less valuable and eventually interbred out of existence. While the origin of the Chien Gris remains unsurprisingly, many believe they descended from the Canis Segusius, a dog breed used by the Gaulish tribes that once ruled France and Belgium. Others speculate they may have come from the Spinone Italiano, or Irish wolfhound. Standing between 27 inches tall and weighing 95 pounds, the Chien Gris was a large and delicately built breed. Their medium-length, wiry coats were gray, primarily with red, tan, or white spots. They were known for their friendly and affectionate personalities, as well as their loyalty and obedience to their owners. Number 17, Paisley Terrier. Originating in Scotland, the Paisley Terrier was bred as a companion dog for families and used to hunt vermin and rats. The breed was recognized as a different type of Skye Terrier by the Kennel Club in 1888, but had separate show classes. One of the reasons for the Paisley Terrier's decline in popularity was their long, silky coat, which required a lot of care and grooming. Despite being a terrier, they were not fit for terrier work and were considered primarily toy dogs. Temperament-wise, the Paisley Terrier was a loyal, intelligent, and affectionate breed. They were less aggressive than other terriers and made for excellent companion dogs. They may not have been suited for working, but they made up for it with their loving nature. Sadly, the Paisley Terrier's popularity declined. By the early 19th century, they were on the verge of extinction. Although they were once popular show dogs with attractive blue and tan coats, they could not compete with other breeds, and Paisley Terrier fanciers slowly declined. Number 18. St. John's Water Dog. Although the breed went extinct due to heavy dog ownership taxes in Newfoundland, they still have notable modern descendants, including the Golden Retriever, Chesapeake Bay Retriever, and the beloved Labrador Retriever. Also known as the Lesser Newfoundland or the Small Labrador, the St. John's Water Dog was created by interbreeding English, Irish, and Portuguese working breeds by locals in Newfoundland, resulting in a distinct dog type that was as much at home in the water as on land. These dogs were versatile and could fetch hunted birds on land as quickly as fish fell from a net at sea. They could also alert their owners like a watchdog or play with children like a house pet. In Labrador, they were even used on sled teams. Their oily coats repelled water, while their webbed feet and thick oar-like tails made them nimble swimmers, capable of pulling fishing lines and heavily laden nets back to their masters' boats. Bred for function instead of form, the St. John's dogs varied in appearance. Still, black with white patches emerged as the most common coloring over time. Many could be recognized by their tuxedo marking on their chest. Although the larger St. John's dogs were bred for hauling wood and pulling sleighs, the smaller ones caught the eye of the British aristocracy for their loyalty, work ethic, and natural retrieving instincts. They were used as hunting companions and were avidly bred by the second Earl of Malmesbury and his descendants. Despite their popularity elsewhere, the St. John's dog gradually declined in Newfoundland due to heavy dog ownership taxes, mainly because of their taste for sheep. As a result, they ultimately disappeared along with the outport lifestyle. Number 19. Toy Bulldog. Have you ever heard of the toy bulldog? No? Well, that's probably because they've been extinct for almost a century. The toy bulldog was an attempt by breeders to create a miniature version of the old English bulldog that would make for a great companion pet. But alas, things didn't go as planned. The breeders tried two different approaches to create the toy bulldog. The first involved breeding smaller bulldogs together to eventually create a smaller breed. Unfortunately, the offspring had numerous medical conditions and were much less fertile than their parents, making it difficult to continue the breeding program. The second approach involved breeding bulldogs with French bulldogs, which was more successful. However, the Kennel Club never officially recognized their offspring as an official breed. Despite being popular in France, the toy bulldog breed died out between 1905 and 1925. The term toy bulldog is often used to refer to bulldog and pug crossbreeds, which are not the same breed. Number 20. Alpine Mastiff. The Alpine Mastiff, an extinct Molosser dog breed, was one of the earliest to reach gigantic size. Can you imagine having a dog that stood over a meter tall at the shoulder and weighed 350 pounds? That's the Alpine Mastiff for you. Believed to be the progenitor of St. Bernard and a significant contributor to the modern Mastiff, the Alpine Mastiff was initially kept at the hospice at the Great St. Bernard Pass. The name Alpine Mastiff and St. Bernard were used interchangeably in the early 19th century, but the breed that now carries the name St. Bernard was significantly altered by introducing other breeds, including Newfoundland and Great Dane. Unfortunately, the Alpine Mastiff is extinct, but there have been some attempts to reintroduce the breed. Breeders have attempted to reproduce the Alpine Mastiff using breeds such as St. Bernard, Great Dane, Great Pyrenees, and Bernese Mountain Dog. It's worth noting that the Cane Garouf, or Patua, present in the Alps where the Alpine Mastiff once roamed, may possibly be descended from the extinct breed. William Cavendish, 5th Duke of Devonshire, was thought to have raised Alpine Mastiffs at Chatsworth House. An enormous light-brindled dog of the old Alpine Mastiff breed named L'Ami was taken from the Abbey of Great St. Bernard, was displayed as the biggest dog in England at London and Liverpool in 1829. While you may never have the opportunity to own any of these dogs, their legacy lives on through their modern descendants, and their history serves as a reminder of the critical role dogs have played in our lives for centuries.